Hey everybody, it's Mr. Beavers here. We got something very special today. We're going to kick off our St. Jude 2 weeks, actually. The St. Jude auction is coming up very soon. It's going to be a little bit different this year because of the COVID pandemic, but the people at St. Jude auction in Minden are doing all kinds of things to make sure that we can continue to support St. Jude. And of course, Miss Hooter and all the other administrators and the teachers at Lakeside are doing the exact same thing. I cannot stress to you enough the importance of St. Jude. Cancer is a terrible, terrible illness. I would not wish it on my worst enemy. And when you have cancer in children, it's unimaginable. And I pray to the good Lord above. That's my personal opinion, not nothing to do with school. My personal opinion is that nothing ever befalls my own children and grandchildren in that way. So what we got today on the Warrior Way is a little video that introduces you to St. Jude, because I don't know if a lot of you understand, a lot of our younger viewers understand the history of St. Jude and Danny Thomas and what happens in Memphis. And then after that, we have an interview with Jake Chumley, a cancer survivor, Lakeside Junior class of 2022. He's going to talk about what it's like to deal with cancer, what it's like to survive cancer, and what it's like to have the treatment at St. Jude, and more importantly, what it's like to have the support of the Lakeside community for the St. Jude auction. Thank you very much for joining us today on the Warrior Way.
Since opening its doors back on February 4th, 1962, St. Jude Children's Research Hospital has dramatically increased the survival rate of children. This is a sculpture of Danny Thomas with children. He was the original founder of St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. The original intent? To help children, regardless of race, regardless of religion, regardless of ability to pay, to help these kids recover from cancer and other deadly diseases. The focus was on pediatric cancer. At that time, the acute lymphocyte leukemia survival rate was only 4%. Now, the cure rate stands at 80%.
There are many faces at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, but none more important than these. These kids wanted their pictures placed near the medicine room, where they spent so much time fighting their cancers. Some made it, some didn't, but St. Jude gave each of them a chance. I'm Danny Thomas. I'm asking you to please help give all children a better chance.
Hey, it's Mr. Beavers here. Who am I talking to today?
You're talking to Lloyd Jacob Chumley, a cancer survivor of Hodgkin's lymphoma, stage 4B.
Oh, man. All right. So Jake is a junior here. He's class of 2022, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. And we're making this St. Jude video, and I can't think of anybody better who could talk about the importance of St. Jude. So, Jake, you got that Warrior shirt on there, and you're in Mr. Finley's conference room with the L behind you. I'm not going to ask you to show it because it'll mess up your little rigging of the Germex and all kinds of things. We do what we got to do. We do what we kind of got to do at Lakeside. But I told you before we were going to talk is that this video is basically just about you. About you and the people who have survived cancer. So if you would, and if it wouldn't, be too personal, could you tell us what it's like? You said lymphoma.
Yes, sir.
What was it like to have to go through that?
It's not the best thing. It's not what you want to wish for to go through. But if it happens, St. Jude can take care of you. And cancer's no fun trip for anybody, but it'll get you through it. And even if not, people make it the best thing they can do for you. I mean, you can walk in there and be hurting and be in so much pain, and then with the fixing of a couple months, they can come in there and heal your body. It also helps that they got God on their side, healing people with miracles.
Your mama, I talked to your mama last night about some photos, and some of the photos she sent me is, you were tired through all the chemo, and you got a beautiful head of hair right now, but you didn't in those photos. So, I mean, I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine what you had to go through. And you want to elaborate on that?
I mean, losing your hair is no fun for anybody. I mean, sweating in the summer ain't fun when you ain't got no hair to soak in. And I mean, of course you're tired, but I mean, you go home, you sleep, you eat, you feel a little bit better. But I mean, there are a lot of children who had it worse than me. And I didn't throw up any. I didn't have blood, platelets. There's a lot of kids who've had it far off worse than me. So I got lucky. I got very lucky.
How are you feeling now? Are you okay now?
I feel great. I just have to take a couple of medicine to deal with some steroid damage on my knees, but that will heal very soon. And yeah, I'm back to baseball and in all my classes. Doing fine.
What position you play in baseball?
I'm not sure yet. I got a little bit faster at pitching, but I used to play second base.
Okay, excellent. Todd Walker, I think. Yeah, Todd Walker, old school. You may know who Todd Walker was. LSU, Louisiana legend, second baseman, Red Sox, Reds, all those kind of things. What about St. Jude in general? Is there anything you can tell us about just what it's like to be there? Because, as I said earlier, St. Jude is a place to where it's a healing place to where you don't have to pay anything, you know?
Right. That's the best part about it is that hundreds of thousands of schools, families, and parishes raise so much money that St. Jude, they just want your family to focus on the problem at hand, which is making your child better. They don't want the family to worry about insurance expenses, any of that. Don't worry about traveling. They provide housing. They have 3 different housings. They have Tri-Delta, which is a week to a day stay there. They also have Ronald McDonald and Target House, where families can stay up to a couple of years if they need to.
Really?
Yes, sir.
That's just so crazy. I mean, there's so much about St. Jude that we just don't realize. And I'm hoping that the little bit of video that I showed beforehand can kind of illustrate that. But there's just so much that we don't realize about how the great, powerful force that St. Jude is. And now in Minden, every year, I mean, as long as I've been in Minden, and I'm an old dude, you're young, I'm an old dude, Minden has had this St. Jude auction in Minden, South Webster, everywhere. It's beyond Minden now. It's beyond Webster Parish. It's beyond Louisiana. I mean, we got people from all over the world calling in and donating. I just don't think that people realize how important it is. So we got COVID going on. And we got a pandemic, and everybody gets together normally at the Civic Center and all this. And there's going to be a virtual auction, they're telling me. And there's a little bit concern on my part, I don't know about their part, that people aren't going to be as whatever to donate.
Yeah, it won't be as willing because it's going to be kind of a struggle to get online to a virtual auction and go through all the hassle of that instead of just showing it in person.
Right. So what message could you give if there's somebody out there who's watching this, watching you right now? And hold on. If there's somebody watching right now who'd be like thinking, well, things are crazy right now. Well, my money's tight. Maybe somebody got laid off. Maybe I'm not making as much commission. Maybe something's going on because of COVID that normally isn't normal. What could you tell them to want to donate? What could you tell them to take that little bit of money, that $10, that $15, that $1, whatever, instead of keeping it for themselves to donate to St. Jude?
Well, what I would tell to them is that if you've ever had any pain, any struggle, if you've been hurting so bad you couldn't have anything that could fix it, St. Jude probably could. There's cancers that can't be cured by regular medicine around here that not many people would like to go through, but St. Jude will cure it. And it's everything to the children that you donate just a little bit of money to help them so that they can just worry about getting better and go through the treatments and make sure their parents don't have to go through that struggle. I mean, it really helps. It really does. And I don't know if anybody would really understand it until they go through it themselves. But I wish that for nobody to know it personally.
All right. Well, Lakeside definitely is going to Miss Hooter and all the administrators here and the teachers here. They're going to do whatever they can this year, even though we're much different than we normally are. But they're going to do everything they can to boost up the Lakeside support of St. Jude. And I'm very sorry that you had to go through that. But as far as your cancer, but I'm actually glad that you're still here with us because that came out wrong. One, because you're such an awesome young man, but two, you can be a testament to surviving and fighting and the benefits of St. Jude. And
that's what I plan on doing since I was given the illness and then I survived it gracefully. that I plan on traveling. Like I plan on going up on a Omaha ride that my family, it's a motorcycle ride that we're planning on going home, and going up to Sturgis. And these are all, they big supporters of St. Jude. And I can go up there and give speeches and let people know how much it really means to me. And I also have a video that I'm supposed to do for the St. Jude auction and tell them how much it meant to me that they do this in Minden every year.
That's awesome. Well, man, I appreciate it. Thank you for joining me here. And I'm probably going to talk to you again before St. Jude's over with. We got 2 more weeks before St. Jude week is completely over with. So I'm probably going to be bothering you again. But before we get to that point, today's a Friday, but what other day is it always at Lakeside?
It's always a great day to be a Warrior.
All right. Thank you, Jake.